Only I could take 7 months off this channel and come back purely to talk about Eurovision. Hi everyone, I am back. Sorry I've been away for a few months. Life got in the way basically. I'm not going to waste too much time talking about it. So, moving straight on, the UK have released their 6 potential entries for Eurovision that's taking place in Tel Aviv this year, and I just want to run through them and talk about them and give my first thoughts on them. They came out yesterday, and yeah, it's been done slightly different than usual. Instead of having 6 artists and 6 songs, there are 6 artists with 3 songs. So there are two artists performing the same song in a different way, genre. They all battle against each other. The winner of that will go to a final vote, and then that will win and go to Eurovision. It will make sense, I promise. Anyway, the first song is called Bigger Than Us, and it'll be performed by Michael Rice and Holly Tandy. Let's start with Michael's version first.
It's bigger than us. It's bigger than you and me. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than everything we see. 'Cause I can feel the universe when I'm feeling you breathe. It's bigger than us. And it's bigger than you and me. It's bigger.
So it's a ballad, very Westlife. He has said in the past he's been influenced by Westlife and Whitney Houston, and you can definitely see that here because it's got a key change. It rouses up into something spectacular in the final minute. It's very much a ballad by numbers, done very well. Like, Michael does have an incredible voice. He won the BBC show All Together Now this time last year, and you can see why. Like, his vocal range and his voice is fantastic. It's a really good song. I like it lyrically as well, and that's just a song standpoint. So the songwriter's done a great job here. It is done by a Swedish team, and Laurel Barker, who did one of the songs for UK last year, and the Swiss entry. So these are people who write for Eurovision. They know what works for Eurovision in a lyrical sense and in a musical sense, and I think that does show in both versions. But focusing on Michael, it is a ballad. It really does build into something. Like I said, there's the key change, there's the gospel choir in the background as well. It's in the final minute. It does all work really well, and it does come down to how he performs it live, because that big key change could go horribly wrong. It can. I don't think it will, but it could. But he is the bookie's favourite at the moment, and I can totally see why. It's the safest option for Eurovision. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because I can see this getting points from a jury perspective and a televote perspective quite well. So it just literally comes down to his live performance and how well he sells it. But watching his All Together Now performances, which I did after I saw he got announced, he knows how to perform and he can sell it. Like, anyone who hasn't seen it, go watch his performance of Proud Mary, and my god, that is how you sell a song. You know, it is fantastic. But he'll be directly being competing against Holly Tandy.
It's bigger than us. It's bigger than you and me. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than everything we see. 'Cause I can feel the universe when I'm feeling you breathe. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than you and me. It's bigger.
This is a girl that I adored in the X Factor when she did it in 2017. I really did want her for Eurovision. Weird, I just felt like she would fit it, and she was rumoured. I didn't really want to believe it, just in case it didn't happen. But she has confirmed she's doing it. Her version is country. It's more upbeat. It's a lot more jaunty. Like I said, you can jig about to it like this. I really like this. These, being blunt, putting out here now, these are the best 2 songs. Like, the winner needs to be the song Bigger Than Us, personally. Who sings it, I don't know, but I like both versions a hell of a lot. I really like Holly's. I like country, I like folk music. You know, it's very much me. I like it a lot. It's jaunty, it's fun. It's got a bit in the final minute where it drops and you can have like a hand clapping, foot stomping moment, which is good. It's something for the crowd to really interact with and connect with. And it's just where Michael's is very powerful in the vocal and the production. This is just very light-hearted and sweet. That isn't a bad thing. It can be used in many different ways, and this is what the BBC were trying to do this year, and I think it does it well. I think it's fantastic. I really like it. It's probably my favourite of all 6. Not to discredit any of the other 5, but I really do like it. It is a shame that she's in a really tough battle, because I do feel like against anyone else she would get past this duel round. But honestly, against Michael, I am honestly not sure who's going to win this. It really does depend what mood the public are in. Like, do they want a ballad or do they want the up-tempo song? I honestly do not know. But both do it brilliantly. I'm excited to see this live as well. She has some high note moments as well. It doesn't have a quite crescendo or moment, I guess you could say, like Michael's, but not every song needs one. You know, this could just be a nice, sweet song. So, really happy with it. Good job, Holly. Who's going to win this duel? Not a clue, but if I had to pick someone, I would say Michael. Purely because his voice is fantastic, and we can't knock that. Not saying Holly's isn't, but I just feel like people will maybe just latch onto his more. I don't know. I'm going to be going back and forth about this duel until it actually happens. So, the second song is called Freaks, and it's being sung by Jordan Clark and a girl group called Maid. Let's just talk about the lyrics first in this song before jumping into either version. This was not wrote for a UK selection. Why? The second line of the song is, I was picked last in soccer. What? Like, that just angered me beyond all belief. Like, the UK sending a song with an American word. No. The songwriters have worked with the likes of, 5 Seconds of Summer, Little Mix. Like, they're basically, this is a song for the charts. It's not a song for Eurovision. That's not saying you can't mix the two together. But this was a song that was wrote for a big group or a big artist to take as a single and release into the radio airwaves, and they didn't want it, or the BBC contacted them and took it, because this song has not been geared at all for Eurovision. It's modern, yes, but my god, is it a mess in places. It's got some stupid horned in French, and that's just on both versions. That's nothing against Jordan or Maid. So let's get into the individual versions. We'll start with Jordan's.
So if you've had enough, then come to the land of the lost and lonely. Don't be afraid, we'll be one big family of freaks like you and me. I know a place where the bruised and broken live like the kings and the queens of tragedy. Just freaks like you and me.
And the chorus is really good. It's bouncy, it's boppy, It reminded me yesterday straight away of like 5 Seconds of Summer or 21 Pilots. So I can see this doing... I won't say it'll do well in Eurovision, but I can see like the public will instantly... It has a recognisable sound that the British public will attest to other acts. I also saw the Vamp's name was brought up as well by people online. So it's definitely got that sort of like market or that sound which is recognised in British airplay music, which is great. However, this is the verses are just really to be honest. It's nothing special. I do like the chorus and I do sing along with the chorus, and it's the sort of song that I would personally like the chorus I would sing along to, like, as someone with autism and always been a bit different. I kind of laugh and joke at the term freaks, and I kind of do joke that I'm a bit different, I'm a bit of a freak in that sense. However, when you are singing that to a majority and millions of people, I'm not sure how that's going to go down, and this will be the only time I mention this bloody word. But obviously this is the year where we officially leave the EU and Brexit, and if we send a song where the line is "We are the freaks," I think Europe are going to kind of go, yeah, you are. Yeah, it's Jordan's. It's very modern. It's very quote unquote laddish. I can expect he's gonna have like loads of people on stage and like bopping about and all this lot, and I'm sure it'll be pleasantly fine. But Eurovision, nah, this will crash and burn. I'm really, really sorry. And then Maid, where it's just literal.
So if you've had enough, then come to the land of the lost and lonely. Don't be afraid, we'll be one big family of freaks like you
like it's really dark, and it starts off really atmospheric and like, oh, where's this going? And then it goes into this weird inverted reverb dub sound in the chorus, and it's just, yeah, it's bland. Like it never picks up. It, at least with Jordan's, it has like the chorus where it goes up here and then it goes down again. This is just nothing happens, and that's really frustrating because these girls' harmonies are great. They sound great as a trio, but this song is just really, just this version of the song, I should say, really, is just really blah. Like, you really do need a really dark, atmospheric singer to really sell it, and I don't think the girls, almost like high modern voices, are for it. I just don't think it's right for them. I don't see this doing well. I don't see this winning. I don't see either song winning. Freaks is not going to be the winning song. Like, I just do not see it. And the reaction it's got on social media kind of implies that as well. Who do I think will win this duel and go through to the final vote? I think it will be Jordan, just because it's more of a recognisable modern sound and it's not as off-putting and confusing as Maid's version. I don't see who Maid's version is really targeted at. Yes, you can be dark and atmospheric, and that has done well in Eurovision, but it's been done in such a different way, and this is just done in a really weird, confusing, lacking a pulse way, basically. That's something like, there's nothing about the song that picks up, and that's the frustrating part. And the final song is called Sweet Lies. It's performed by Kerry Ann and Anissa. Let's start with Anissa's version first. It's a ballad.
Don't tell me where you've been. Keep telling me lies. Keep telling me sweet, sweet lies. Keep telling me lies. Keep giving me highs. Keep giving me sweet, sweet highs. Keep telling me lies. We're lying skin to skin.
Again, it's fine. It's pleasant, it's sweet. She sings it well. She's got a decent voice. It's maybe a bit, I don't want to say old-fashioned, but it feels a bit like what I used to listen to in the car with my mum with ballads. Like there's like a feels like a minute of her doing like vocalizations and all of this, whilst the backing singers sing the song, like the chorus of "Tell Me Sweet Lies." And yeah, it's just fine. This could be elevated live with some good staging. She has said there's going to be piano on stage. So yeah, it could be elevated. It could be lifted. It's not for me. Like I said, it's fine. It's pleasant. I would listen to it maybe, but in a competitive sense, I don't think it's going to work personally. Nothing against her. It's just this version's just a bit eh. And now, if Anissa's was like an original version of the song, Kerry Ann's is a remix of this song because it is a dance floor filler / banger.
Tell me where you've been. Keep telling me lies. Keep telling me sweet, sweet lies. Keep telling me lies. Tell me. Keep giving me highs. Keep giving me sweet, sweet highs. Keep telling me lies. Keep telling me. Keep telling me. Keep telling me lies.
Very Eurodance, very 90s, very 2000s. It's fun, it's up tempo. You can sense that she's going to absolutely sell this with some energy and some dances and lights, and like it's very, you can really see how this is going to go. It could come off messy though, and if she tries to do too much choreography, I don't know why this is choreography, but if she tries to do too much, it could really affect her vocal as well. I think like people love this. This has already like got the most views on YouTube. It's definitely got the most reaction purely because it's an up-tempo quote unquote bop. Will it do well in Eurovision? I don't see it. I feel like people will see this as cheap and a bit dated, to be brutally honest. I really like it. I think she will sell it to absolute hell and back, and that's brilliant. I mean, I don't care if your song is bad or it may not be the best lyrically. If you go out there and you perform it and you give it your all, you instantly win my respect, because I'd rather someone just, absolutely sell it and, than stand there singing a pretty song like they can't be bothered. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun on the night. This is going to be the good up-tempo, get you on your feet, get you some energy back and all this sort of thing. It's great fun. I do think Kerry Ann is winning this duel just because it's such an up-tempo, like, powerhouse in that sense, that people are just going to want to vote for it, and people are going to want this in Eurovision. You know, all 6 do have positives, like, to an extent. Like, May's got the harmonies, Jordan's got the chorus, Holly and Michael have got great voices and great song lyrically. Anisa's got a lovely voice and it's pleasant. Kerry Ann's got the absolute up-tempo disco bit, you know, bop. So it's going to be a good show. I do think that Michael, Jordan and Kerry Ann will probably win their duels, just going on reactions so far. And I do think out of those 3, Michael will win. He is the bookies' favourite. I can see him winning. I'll be very happy if Michael did win and went to Eurovision. And I do think with some tweaks and some good atmospheric staging, he could do well. My only issue, well, not even issue, my only wish is that because this does sound a little cliche at times with, you know, the progression of the song and whatnot, just not to give it some really generic Westlife cliche staging. Like, if he comes and he's sat on a stool, I will just probably roll my eyes back till I can see what's behind me. Just because it's too obvious what they could do, and if they do, it'll just look really cheap. And sorry, but it could. And I don't want that, because I want the UK to do really well this year. We can dream. So they are the 6 songs. They are my thoughts on the 6 songs. If you agree or disagree, please let me know. Thank you for listening to me ramble about this. I will be talking about it once the winner's song has been decided, and it is happening on February the 8th. I will not be going to the show live, sadly, so first time that I'll be missing it, but it is what it is. But thank you, let me know your thoughts, and I shall speak to you guys in the next one. Bye for now, guys.